Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MBA Karo. So, some of you must have been waiting for this session, and today I'm going to solve the official NMAT mock. Now, before I solve, I'll give you some advice about the official mock. What happens in the official mock is that, it uses the same algorithm as the actual examination. Okay, so this is the best thing in which you can get your actual level. Okay, and if I talk about the official mock, how to take the official mock, so you must have enrolled in NMAT. So when you enrolled for NMAT, you got this is your dashboard, how it looks like. Your NMAT by GMAC ID, your like all these details, and your exam status. They will update soon, right? And admit card will be available 7 days before the scheduled examination. So obviously, when your exam is 7 days away, then you will be able to see the admit cards also. Now, for those who do not know how to take the official mock, so just go to my prep. Okay, and I hope you are able to see this screen. So when you go to my prep, you have this section wherein you can see test preparation. There is an official mock, and then you have paid mocks also. So one official mock is free, and you can also retake this examination. Means this mock comes with a retake option also. So like let's say you attempted it once, you can attempt it twice also. So this is the official mock that you need to take, and I would recommend that preferably take this examination just before the actual exam, because it is the only examination, right? No matter how good the content is, it will be the only test that will give you your actual score. Okay, pretty much close to the actual score. So for the past 2 years I have seen the variation just by 5 marks. Like for example, last year when I appeared, I got 285 in the official mock, and actual score was 283. Okay, and last to last year when I appeared, I took official mock 287 and 292. So today I will take the official mock, right? Although I try to give it just a day before the examination, just to validate that the scores are same. So you will get pretty much similar score in the actual examination. So before we begin, please do like this stream, okay? And let's see this thing, that how to go about attempting this. The algorithm is same whether it is the free one or the paid one. Okay, you can go for the paid ones also. Like if you want to practice in the same algorithm, we provide mocks in the same interface, but the algorithm is not the same. Okay, so that we openly tell, not unlike making false promises ki nahi algorithm same hoga. Algorithm is different, but you get to practice questions in our mocks. Okay, so now let's see this. So you get to click on access now. I hope you are able to see the screen. Please comment yes if you are able to see the screen and all. So I will be attempting this test, and like I have kept the practice sheets. So earlier it used to be a home proctored also. Now they have removed the home proctor. So imagine that you are my proctor. These are my sheets. Okay, and I will be attempting the rough work in these sheets. These are clean sheets. Okay, and once I'm done, I will be uh, uploading these the rough work on the Instagram of MBA Karo. Okay, so please do follow us on Instagram. There you will be able to see the rough work that I did. Okay, because it is difficult to do the rough work in the screen along with two windows. So I will be doing that way. All right. So good morning, everyone. Please do like this stream, and let's begin. Okay. So initially you get this thing, non-disclosure agreement. So it gives you 2 minutes to uh, read this and sign this. Remember, very important thing, key, if you do not, in the actual examination it happens, if you do not click on next within 2 minutes, your exam gets cancelled. So obviously you do not need to read everything in detail, just mark next. Okay, and whatever is there, just click I agree and move on. Okay, no need to read completely it. You have to finish the process within the given time. So 2 minutes and 8 minutes, that's what they have. So like it says that you have 8 minutes to review the information. So do not take much time. Okay, I will give you what the information basically tells about that. There is next button. Okay, minimize. So timer, you can turn off the timer. If you click here, the timer turns off because some students are scared of the timer. Okay, so that's what it says. And when you have 5 minutes remaining, the remaining will automatically reappear. So you can switch it off and switch it on like this. Then the next one says that there is no, there is only next button. There is no previous button. Okay, so only you can move in one direction. So you can view a question only once. Then you have like they will show you a sample, the question with 5 options. How do you select an option? Obviously, you must have attempted tests. So you can click like this, or you can click somewhere on the line. Circle or click anywhere on the option text. Like if you click on the text, it should work. I don't know why it's not working. In the actual test, it works. Like wherever. So better go with the circle thing. Okay, then it says that if it's a split screen, that is the only bad thing about NMAT, that you have to scroll till the end. Okay, you cannot just see the main screen and do away with it. So you need to scroll till the end. And then that's what it says. You have not yet viewed all content, so it will keep popping up. So that is the worst thing about NMAT, that you have to scroll till end. Suppose the RC is still this line and you have seen only this part and you click on next. Okay, we scrolled before, so that's why it went to the next screen. Okay, and after the test is over, you will be shown that you have completed the test and click on end exam. Okay, and then you get the scores there itself, right? Okay, so now if you do not scroll till end, it will keep giving the pop-up. So ensure that you see the scroll bar over here and try to scroll it down. So there are 9 pages. You need to view this within 8 minutes. So you remember, in the actual examination, whenever you are starting, complete this within 8 minutes. Okay, then it shows about score range. So no need to analyze ki kaise score banta hai, kya banta hai. You do not know the algorithm, so just move on. Then test center rules. Okay, so rules, you know that like if you are miscreant in the rules, so they can throw you out. Okay, so no cheating, no unfair means, etc. Okay, so let's then move. So are confidential and proprietary materials, fine. Then last is this, before you select. Now here I would like to give you advice that how to attempt the paper, right? So section ordering, that is the critical thing. So section ordering, what happens is, like people, there are 6 options. Now, as per my viewpoint, because I have appeared on several examinations, I trusted thing, I always go with the strongest section first. Okay, so as it could be, the strongest section could be anything for any one of you. I go with the strongest section because it has a psychological benefit. Okay, so let's say if you are not good at quant and you start with quant, so what will happen, in the first few minutes you will start shaking, and then that will lower your confidence. Okay, so as a practice, always start with your strongest section, because you know that okay, you will do decent in that section, and like compared to other sections, you will do decent, and that will give you the morale for the remaining paper, and you would be able to do good. On the flip side, if you start with your weak section, that could create a trouble. Okay, so I choose quant and then LR, then English. Okay, so let's begin. So please do like this stream before we begin, and you can also solve along with me and see that how much you are able to, how many questions are you able to do faster than I do. And see, the official mocks will be different for different people. Okay, so the questions that I'm getting, you will not get the same set of questions, although there are a lot of overlaps. Let's say, for example, in this, I have 108 questions. Maybe 30, 40 questions will be same in your paper. So they distribute different sets of papers. Okay, so it won't be exactly the same. All right. So let's begin. So comment begin, and then I'll begin the test. So I still have 1 minute left. If in the actual examination you do not begin on time, your exam gets ended there itself. Okay, so let's start this. Now this is the Okay, so it started by selling 20 items. A shopkeeper gains an equal to selling price of 5 items. Okay, what is the gain of, what is this percentage gain? So selling 20 items, a shopkeeper gains an amount equal to selling price of 5 items. So let us say the cost price is 1 rupee. Okay, so that means the selling price, so he gets the profit of selling price of 5 items. So selling price, if he's selling 20 items, his cost will be 20 and his profit will be equal to selling price of 5 items. So cost price is 20. If he sells the items, he should get, so it should be 25 is not an option here. 20 or 25 में से होना चाहिए option 22/3. Cost price of 5, uh, 15, 20, 33. So it would be 33.33 then. Okay, so selling, he gains an amount equal to the selling price of 5 items. So cost price is 20, profit will be 30, the selling price would be 30, and then 10 ka profit. But that is selling price of 20 items, not 5. 25 2 by 3. If you take 33.33, then cost price is, okay, so cost price is 26.67. That is selling price of, okay, yeah, so this will be the answer 33 1 by 3. Okay, so let's not think too much, maybe some mistake in the very first thing also. So it can happen, right? Sometimes some easy questions also do not click. So there are two types of flour. One is 42, second is 24. There are 25 kg of type 2 with certain amount of type 1. He sold the mixture at 40 and made of 25%. So profit is 25%. So selling price will be 2032. So 42 and 32, that is 8 and 10, which is 4:5. Okay, so 25 of type 2. So type 1 will be, so 42/24. He sold the mixture at 40 per kg, making a profit of 25. So that is uh, 8 and 10, 4:5, 25 kg. So that should be 20 kg. Profit of 25%. अच्छा, difference between, so difference पूछा है, so 20 and 25, the difference is 5 rupees, 5 kg. Okay, so I did not read it completely. Alice and Barry came up in the alternately fair toy, beginning with Alice. Alice win, so coin lands between before Barry. Toss in which the coin lands face up. Okay, so we need to find the probability of Barry winning the game. Okay, so in this case, so Alice will have the probability of 1/2 in the winning. Okay, so then the next chance would be 1/2 of loss, 1/2, 1/2. So in this case, Alice in third will be 1/2 into 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. So Alice has 2/3 chances of winning. So Barry has 1/3 chance of winning. It's a standard question. So what was Lawrence's annual return on his investment? From the retiring benefit amount, Lawrence had invested an amount in bank term deposits which was thrice what he had in company shares and just 50% more than the investment in mutual funds. So in the first case, we are given that he had invested in three things and the ratio is given. Second says the bank paid 10% per annum on Lawrence term deposits. From mutual funds was double the amount of interest derived from bank on term deposit, but was only 50% more. So now we are given the percentages also, and in this we are given the amounts, the ratio of amounts, right? Bank term deposit ratio, shares ratio, mutual fund. So ratio is given and the percentages are given. So collectively together are sufficient. How many range of the words above are possible? O is always in the middle. So O you place in the middle. Then there are four letters which you can arrange it 24 ways. So easy question. Okay, so this is the five locations. Okay, it says raw material invoice, sales invoice, and repair cost, salaries paid, tax paid, and number of employees. Raw material, repair cost, salary paid, and tax paid together are considered as total cost. So raw materials, repair, salaries, tax. So these are the costs. So sales is the revenue, right? And profit is sales minus invoice, right? How many locations have profit more than 150,000? So if you look at this, first of all, 150,000, more than 150,000. So obviously 445, 80, 80 plus 200, 280. So 160. So Lakeside has one. Then Island is 526. Clearly it will be 150 plus for sure. Like by looking at the values itself, I can tell. Third one is, it won't be 150 plus because sale is 334. Obviously cost is very high. Fourth company, very likely, but let's check 102, 210, 312, 312 plus 109. So, yes, like it is more than 150. So, three companies thus far. Fourth one is 208, 208 plus 262. So, 272, 208 plus 162. That is 370. So, three companies are there. Which of the following locations have to pay less than 14% tax with the sales invoice? So less than 14%. 444 into 14, 4 into 14 is 56. So Lakeside is paying less. So Lakeside is one of the options. So I will put it like this. Now if I see this, Lakeside is only present in these two options. So I will check only one of the options. Okay. So we will check only one of the options, riverbank basement, and it says island only. So I will just check island because Lakeside is for sure paying less than 14%. Now if I check islands is 526 and 14%, right? 14% is like 500 ka 14% is 70, and 26 14, 26 into 10 is 260 plus 14. So this is, island will be falling in this range. Okay, so if you feel riverbank is less, more than 14. So this is the answer. So no need to check all values. So I just checked Lakeside as the first one. I know 4 into 14 is 56. So less than 56. So definitely less than 14%. Okay. Then this was a tricky one. 500 into 14 close value. So I checked for one of the others. Let us say 334. 3 into 14 is like 4 into 14 is 56. 3 into 14 is 42. So it is playing slightly more. So we get with these two. Which two locations have more similar raw material invoice to sales invoice ratio? So raw material to sales invoice. Now rough calculation, 7 times. Okay, second one also 7 times. 75 into 7 is 526. So Lakeside and Islands could be one. 65 into 6 is 390. Okay, close to 7 times. This is 4 times. This is somewhere 6 times, 5 times. Okay, this is 5 times exactly. Somewhat 5 times, between 5 and 6. This is 4 times. So Lakeside and Island have similar, almost 7 times. Okay, a married couple work in the company. As per the company policy, no couple can work at the same location, but they can choose the locations to work from. Assuming that the salary of each and every employee working at a particular location is equal, which of the following combination should be a couple choose to work in order to have the highest combined monthly salary income? Okay, so we need to choose the best two incomes. Now salary is 13 into 11 is 143. So lakeside it will be 11. Okay, and 17 into 55, 9. Like island will be somewhere around 9. Then if we talk about the next one, 18 into 8 is 144, 18 9. So 8.5. River bank is somewhere around 8.5. 22. So this is 9 is 190, 9.5. Rooftop is 9.5 and 16 into 185. That is 185 by 16 is definitely much higher. So it is 11.176. So 11.5. So lakeside and basement. Lakeside and basement. Highest combined lakeside and basement. River bank and basement it says. Basement is definitely high. 185 by 16 is very high. And this is also high. Rest are less than 10. The question is wrong. I'll just reread it. Okay, out of these two we need to choose. Okay, so obviously like if it was just choosing the best, so if we choose lakeside and river bank, that would come as around 19.5. Okay, and then if we choose island and rooftop, so island and rooftop will be 18.5. Third option, river bank and basement, that would cover as 20. And then lakeside and rooftop will give us 20.5. And the last one, island and river bank will give us 17.5. So the fourth option is giving us the highest. So lakeside and rooftop will be chosen. So we will choose out of these which gives the best return. Okay, so this was quite calculation intensive. Okay, so if you are good with calculations, then probably this would be easy for you. So we are on question number 10. So going at the right pace, should be able to do 36 questions. On selling 630 pence, a shopkeeper makes a profit equal to the selling price of 90 pence. Find the approximate uh, profit percentage. Okay, so in this again we will have the same thing that we did previously. Again, need to refresh this. So 630 pence. So cost price is 1. So cost price of this will be 630. Okay, and the profit is equal to selling price of 90 pence. So profit is of 90. Profit 90 if we make, it will be 720, more than 720. 1/6 if we choose. 1/6 we will choose. So profit is 105. Selling price will be 735. Okay, so we will choose 16.67. So cost is 630. Profit is 105. So we can think like this: selling price of 90 pence is equal to profit is equal to, so 7 ratio. Like to clear this concept, let us think like this, that we have 630 pence and profit is equal to 90 pence. So 7 ratio 1. So when he sells 7, the profit is equal to 1, right? So that means cost will be 6. So there is 1/6 profit. Now I don't recall if I did the first one correctly. A water tank had three taps. The first tap in 10 minutes, second in 15 minutes. Three taps, it was filled in 22 minutes. Third tap, fill or empty the tank. Okay, so let us say the capacity is 30. Then we have first tank 3 units, second tank 2 units. Okay, and three tanks filled it in 22 minutes. So total efficiency is 30 by 22, right? And these two, obviously it is an emptying tap, right? Because when these two are working, they are filling 5 units, so it should be filled fast. but it is taking more time. So 5 units, and combined they are filling 30 by 22, which is 15 by 11. So minus this fill rate will be 5 minus 15 by 11, that is 55 minus 40 by 11. So capacity is 30, 30 into 11 by 40. So 40 by 11 units. 30 into 11 by 40, that is 33 by 4, 8.25 will be the answer. Number of boys in class is twice the number of girls. A team of 8 students with 5 boys and 3 girls in them. So if the students is 15, so boys is 5 boys and 3 girls. Boys is twice. So boys are 10, girls are 5. We need to select 8 students, 5 boys and 3 girls. 10C5 and 5C3. So 10C5 is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 by 120, and 5C3 is 10. 6 times. So this will give us 36 into 7, 252, 2520. Okay, now this is a question which they used to give last year also. Okay, so it says that like LED bulbs, non-defective, CFL defective, and overall defective. So this can be solved using allegations, right? So for example, let's say LED defective is 8, non-LED defective is 8, and CFL defective is 4, and overall is 6. So the ratio is 2:2 or 1:1. So this is how we are going to solve it. The number of defective CFL bulbs by C and B and C are equal. What is the total number of bulbs manufactured by company B to that manufactured by company C? Now this is a tough question involving a lot of calculations. Okay, defective CFL. So if we talk about B and C, defective CFL is same, which is 9 and 5%. So that means B and C defective is same. So that means they will produce 5 and 9 respectively, right? 5:9. Defective is same of total. So let's say the total are 100x and 100y. So 9x is equal to 5y. So the ratio is 5:9. So B and C produce 5:9. It says what is the ratio of total number of bulbs manufactured by company B to that manufactured by company C. Now this is CFL is 5:9. Okay, now we will find the ratio of CFL, and in B we have 9 and 5. L, C, 4 and 9. Overall is overall is 5. So we have 4:1. Okay. In C we have 5, L is 14, and this is 5. Overall is 10. That is 5:4. Is 4:1 and 5:4. The CFL is in the ratio 5:9. Okay. So B and C, CFL, LED. So CFL is 5:9, 500 and 900. So LED is 4:1. So LED will be 2000 in this case, and 5:4. 5 ratio, that will be 11, 25. 25 से divide करेंगे, that will be 49, 80. 100. Ratio 81. Effective CFL is 5 ratio 9. 4 times the CFL. Hmm. I'll just choose some random, not able to get this. Total number of bulbs manufactured by D is 3000. Okay, we need to find total number of non-defective bulbs. Okay, so if you look at this question, this is an easy one. So previous one was time consuming, involving a lot of ratios, and in the examination you should skip it. Like I tried to do it, I was not able to get the right answer. Maybe might be some mistake in some calculations, some wrong assumptions or so. Right. So the best thing is to skip. Like even if you are very good, you might get stuck in some of the questions. So you need to skip that. So 3000, and you need to find the number of non-defective bulbs. So 13% is defective. So 87 is non-defective, 2610. Now we'll catch up the pace. All bulbs manufactured by A are CFL bulbs. So if you talk about A CFL, so 4 and 6, we said that like 8 and 4, so we said 50%. Okay, which I showed you in the example also. If the number of defective bulbs is the same for all companies, what is the ratio of number of non-defective bulbs produced by A, B, C in the same order? So we will calculate for only A and B. So defective bulbs in first case is 6%. Okay. So non-defective will be 94, and this will be 95. And 94 and 95. It says number of defective bulbs is same. So 6% of A will be equal to 5% of B will be equal to 10% of C. So let us take the LCM. Let us say the total as LCM of 6, 5, 10 is 30. Right? So 6% is 30, so it produces 500. 5% is 30, so 600 and 300. Okay. Now non-defective is 94%, so 470. 95% is 570, and 90% is 270. Okay, so 47, 57, and 27. Okay, so one thing, like how could I have done this without doing the calculation is non-defective is asking, overall defective is 6%, so non-defective is 94. Now 47 divides 94, so you can eliminate ADE. Second, 95% defective, 95% non-defective, multiple of 19, 57 is a multiple of 19. So this is how one could have done without doing the actual calculations. Okay, now again a DI, it says that income and saving annual, annual income, annual saving. So it is given to us, and then the graph shows the average annual spending breakup. So whatever is remaining is the annual spending, and the breakup is given into 4. So we need to assume every year it is the same. In which year did the family spend a total of 60,640 on transportation? Okay, so transportation is 16%. So 16% is 60,640. So divide by 16, we will get 16, 348, 12, 126, 712, 8, 3780 will be the total expense. Right, 3780. So let us see 378. Where is the difference of 378? This is 120. This is 275. Right, 270, 309, 377. Okay, this is 478. So it will be year 4, isn't it? 36064 divided by 16 is 3780. 26, 7, 44, 3780. However, it is not coming exact. but this is the only place where it is close to it. So let's just check the next one. What was the total increase in the amount of money the family spent annually on buying food and clothing in Y2 over Y1? Okay, so Y2 over Y1. So Y2 over Y1, first year in Y1 it had 218 and next year it had 275, right? So increase is 57 and into food and clothing. Food is 14 and clothing is 14. So 57 into 18. So 57 into 18 is 1026. So 10,260. Okay, so if you do not watch this, you have to go down and watch it. Next is, on which item did the family spend between 1 and 1.2 lakh annually in Y4? So we will find in Y4 what is the annual expenditure in Y4. So if you look at Y4, the total expenditure is 379, 570 minus 191, that is 379. And it is asking 1 lakh and 1.2 lakh. So 379, 1 lakh means if you take 30%, 379 into 3 is 38 into 3 is 1 1 uh, 114. So somewhere 1.1, right? If you take 31%. And if you take 35%, it will be definitely more. So 31% wala item, that is housing, will be the one. The annual family spending in the preceding year preceding Y1 was 1,50,000, which year recorded the lowest percentage increase in the annual family spending over the preceding year. So we have the first year it is 150, then year 1 it is 100 and 218. Year 2 the increase is, the spending is 275. Year 3 the spending is 309. Year 4 the spending is 379 and year 5 it is 400 and 468. So we need to tell the minimum percentage increase. If we see year 3 has only very less increase. Okay, so year 3 would be the answer. Okay, year 3 the spending has, like, see, the difference gives the spending. Year 3 has very less increase. So that will be the answer. Okay, you have to scroll in all such questions. Let's move to the next one. A, B, C, and Z are positive integers in arithmetic progression, have a common difference of 4, mean of the given integers. So remember that mean of the given integers is the central number. Okay, so we have average is the central number. So A is, let us say, Z is equal to A plus 25 terms, that is 100. Okay, so mean is A plus Z by 2. So we have A is, Z is A plus 100. So we need to calculate in terms of Z. So A is Z minus 100. So Z plus Z minus 100, 2Z minus 100 by Z. So upon Z आना चाहिए mean of the given integers in terms of Z. Acha, sum divided by 2 will give the average. So 2Z minus 100 by 2, that is Z minus 50. The next question says that Neeraj acquired a gold loan of 7,000, simple interest of 9%, and by depositing 10 grams of gold. At the end of 36 months, he borrowed 3,000. 8 years after the initial borrowing, Neeraj had not paid a single rupee with either interest or principal. The loan recovery team came to his house and settled the entire amount with an amount of 14,650. Find whether Neeraj paid more interest or less interest than his actual contract had stated and by what percentage. Okay, so we will have to find that if he paid on time, what interest he would have given. So 7,000, 9%, and he did not pay for 8 years, right? So 7 1000 का 9%, like 7000 पे कितना पड़ गया इसको इंटरेस्ट, 9% for 8 years, so 72%. Okay, so 72 into 7 we will calculate. This is 504. So 5040. And at the end of 36 month, so he took another loan of 3000. So for 3000, the interest was for 5 years. Okay, so 5 years and 9%. So 45%. That should have been 45 into 3, 135. So 1350. So it is 6390. So that is the interest he had to pay. Okay. And now his total amount, he had to pay an interest of total 6390. He borrowed 10,000. Okay. So he had to pay 16,390. But the bank took only 14,615. So he saved 1775. 14,656, 1700. He paid less for sure. Okay, so let us check the interest that he paid. He was supposed to pay 6390, but he paid only 4615, 1700. It's coming very high. So in such questions, see, we need to attempt all the questions, right? And like if you find that you are struggling, so the purpose is to reach as many questions as possible. 20 minutes are left. I'm only on 22. So I will see that he paid less and then mark 2.25, because there is another option with 2.25. So Harsh alone completed two-thirds of a coding project in 6 days. So two-thirds in 6 days. So 3/2. Harsh can do it in 9 days. And Sumit takes 24 days, multiply by 3, and mini 3 by 4 in 12, so mini will take 16 days. All of them, after 4 days, Harsh and mini left the project. Okay, so let's take the LCM, that is 144. So that means Harsh does 16 units, 6 units, and mini does 9 units. So total they work for 4 days. So 31 into 4, that is 124 units are done, 20 units are remaining, and Sumit is working on it 6 days, so 3.33 days. What single digit integer values of x and y with the 7 digit divisible by 9? Okay, so we need to check it is divisible by 9. 9 is 18, 27, 34. So remaining 2 should be 2 or 11. Okay, so this is the value. Okay, so adding the digits should be divisible by 9. Okay, next question. What is Mr. Kashyap's salary? He bought 50 kg rice with one fourth of his salary. We cannot tell from this. Had the rice been 20% cheaper than the current price, Mr. Kashyap could have bought 50 kg rice for $1,000, more than one tenth of his salary. Okay, no need to calculate his salary. Data sufficiency, the purpose is, can you calculate the values? Okay, you do not have to calculate. Now if you give it the second person, like second case ki itna cheap ho gaya, so we can find the cost in such cases. So if we have, he can tell that 20% cheaper, how much he can buy more. So we can find how much is he spending, we can find how much is he spending, so we can find his salary. So both statements are needed. Girish got a car and got a dealer's discount of 15%. He sold it at a profit of 20% on the purchase price. If he got a 12% discount and sold for the same profit percentage of his purchase price, what would be the difference in the profit percentage of the two transactions? Okay, so let's say first case he gets for 100 and the cost he gets is 85, and he sold it for a profit of 20%. So his selling price would be 102. In second case, he gets for 88, okay, and sold it for the same profit percentage as 20%. Okay, so basically, profit percentages of the two transactions, the difference is of 3. Okay, so 3 ka 20%, because he's making 20% profit. So in one case, he's getting for 85 and 88. 3 ka difference is 20% is 3.6. So 88 into 20, 1.2. So 3 is selling for 120%. So 3.6%. No need to calculate the percentage here. Perfect square. Now perfect square do not end in 2, 3, 7, 8. So these two are ruled out. Now this is ending in 7, 4. So it is a multiple of 4. Now if it is even, it should be a multiple of 4. This is not a multiple of 4. 1, 2, 3, 0, 1. We know that 1, 1, 1 square is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Last digit can't be 2, 3, 7, 8, right? And like it cannot be of the format 4n plus 2. So we have eliminated the options. Option C remains as the perfect square. So learn these properties of perfect square, quite handy in NMAT. It was planned to send 60 tons of relief material, and however, due to technical issues, each helicopter could take 1.5 ton less than it was initially planned. In order to supply the material, 4 additional helicopters were required. How many helicopters were initially planned to be used? Okay, so we have, let us say, n number of helicopters. Okay, so what we can do is, see, think of like one is by options, okay, which I preferably go with. So like 4 less multiply, like if I were to go with the options, I would pick 24, because in 24 you need 2.5 tons, and with the 20 you need 2 3 tons. Okay, you can check other options. 10 you need 6 tons, and 6 you will need 10 tons, so definitely not correct. 12 you will need 5 tons, and 8 you will need 7.5. The difference is way too high. Okay, so if you take 20, 20 you need 3 tons, and if you make it 16, there then it will read 36.75. So not fitting. So that is the answer. So go by options, not forming equations. 7 to the power 3 plus 7. So property of log. So we can separate it out. 7 to the power 3 into 7 uh, raised to the power log 7 5. So 7 to the power 3 is 343, and 7 to the power log 7 5 is 5. So 343 into 5, that will be equal to 1715. So properties of logarithm. Prepare logarithm for NMAT. You will get one or two questions for sure. Mrs. Sharma has a few chocolate candies, and if she distributes in 14579, then one candy is left out. And if she distributes 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, in that case, 3 candies are left out. And if she distributes 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, no candies are left over. Okay, so we will find the total. So 10, 10 plus 16, 26. So 26 my remainder is equal to 1. Second case is 8, 8 plus 9, 17, 17, the remainder is 3. Okay, and then the last one is 6, 6 plus 15 is 21. So 26 should give remainder of 1. We will find the series 127, 53, 79, 105, and so on. 17, the remainder is 3, 3, 20, 37, 54, 71, 88, 105. So common number is 105, and if you divide by 21, no candy is left out. Okay. It is asking what is the minimum number of candies that any of the 5 granddaughters can receive in any of the 3 cases. So obviously in first case we are getting the ratio as 1. So when you divide by 26, so we are giving 4, like 26 into 4 is giving 104. So the minimum will be 4. In the last case we are dividing 105 into 21 parts. So 5 is coming. So in the first case we have to tell the minimum, that is 4. Okay, a raised to the power b, a and b are both integers, then is b a multiple of 6? A raised to the power b is a perfect square. So if a raised to the power b is a perfect square, that means b is even. Then second says b, a raised to the power b is a perfect cube. Then b is multiple of 3. So from either of those we cannot tell. Okay, but when we combine them, it is an even number also and a multiple of 3 also. So obviously it is a multiple of 6. Adding all the digits, digit sum is adding all the digits till you get a single digit number. We need to find digit sum of 19 raised to the power 100. So basically digit sum is remainder by 9. So 19 divided by 9 gives you remainder 1. So its digit sum will be any power, the digit sum will be 1. A box contains 18 cards, 5 kings, 6 queen and 7 jack. The card 3 cards are drawn at random. The 3 cards are drawn one by one without replacement. What is the probability that the second card drawn is a jack? Okay, so one by one without replacement. With replacement means you uh, put it back. So we need to find the second card is a jack. Okay, so first card could be now there are two possibilities. First is jack, first is non-jack. Okay, so case one, jack and jack. First should be jack, second and jack. Second case will be non-jack, and the second is jack. Okay, so first case is jack. That means it will be 7 by 18, and second jack will be 6 by 17, because second card has to be like, if one jack is already picked, it is non-replacement, so we will have 6 jacks remaining. Now second case is non-jack. Non-jack in the first case scenario will be 11 by 18, and plus and into second should be jack, that means 7 by 17. So we have 7 into 6 is 42 plus 77 upon 18 into 17. That gives us 119 into 18 into 17. 17 7 is 119. So 7 by 18 is the answer. Okay, so like I'm in a comfortable position, 3 minutes left, and despite some hiccups, right, some of the questions I struggled, but I managed to do most of these. If Kriti paid a total of 1350 for two dresses and sold one at 6% loss and another at profit, what was the price she paid for each dress? So we are saying that cost is given. We do not know the cost of two items separately. Kriti made neither profit nor loss from the transaction. So if you use first statement, we can find the cost prices, because one is 6% loss, another is 7.5% profit. So we can combine them to get what is the ratio of cost price. So one alone is sufficient. One dress for 705. So what was the price she paid for each dress? So using this, if one dress is sold at 705, another is sold at we do not know, right? So which one she sold at profit, which one she sold at a loss. So I think one alone is sufficient. One dress at 7.705. So 6% loss value भी हो सकते हैं, 7.5% is also profit is also possible. So I don't think we will be able to determine that. So one alone is sufficient in my opinion. Exponential is the highest. 3 raised to the power 34, 5 to the power 15. Now how to calculate this is 5. Now this is a tough question. Like only two questions left. देखो, we can eliminate 5 to the power 15 is less than 6 to the power 16. Okay, 6 is a bigger number. You are raising it to a higher power. So that is eliminated. Now if you see 7 to the power 16, it is even more higher. Right, so we can eliminate the central two options. B and C can be eliminated. 7 to the power 16, 16 to the power 12. Okay, now 16 is a large number, but 3 to the power 34 can be written as 3, 6, 9 to the power 17. So we have options 5 to the power 15, 6 की power 16, 7 की power 16 and 16 की power 12, right? Now we can eliminate 5 की power 15 and 6 की power 16. 9 to the power 17 will definitely be more than 7 to the power 16. Okay, so option D is also eliminated. Now we are left with 9 to the power 17 and 16 to the power 12. 9 to the power 17, 16 to the power 12. 4 power 24. So 9 to the power is 1.5 times, less than 1.5 times. 9 to the power 1.5 would be 9 to the power 1.5 would be what? 9 to the power 3 by 2, which is 27. Okay. So we have approximately 27 to the power 11 point something. So 9 to the power 17 will give us the highest out of these. Okay, I mean, just seeing that, like if we compare 3 to the power 34 and 16 to the power 12. So 3 to the power 3 is 27. Okay, so 27 to the power 11.33, and it is 16 to the power 12. So definitely 27 to the power 11 will be much higher. So that will be the answer. So this is the last question, and it says that the company of capital is made of 75,000 preferred shares, dividend of 15%. Okay, so I have not done this preferred shares and common shares. Dividend percentage is out of box question. So there will be one of the questions which could go out of the box. 75,000 preferred shares, 15% dividend. So could be 5 lakh, and 5 lakh par value and all 2 lakh. Oh, preferred shares dividend of 15%. So that means preferred share is of 5 lakh, common share is of 2 lakh, profit was 240. Okay, so total would be, and reserve was 40K is reserve. I don't know the formula for this, so just doing some time pass. I have enough time to left. Uh, Amount kept reduced to 25,000. If you reduce the reserve by 25,000, something will go up, 15,000 will go up. So, common shareholders, common shareholders will become 225, right? So we are reducing 15,000, so it will be 215. So that would be 7.5%. I do not know the formula for it, so just guessing. Key common shares 20,000 and 10 rupees per share. So 2 lakh in common shares, right? And then the reserve was 40,000. Now reserve is reduced to 25,000. So 15,000 extra will go to common shares. So 2 lakh becomes 2 lakh 15,000. So 7.5%. Okay, so you can use next, like you can finish early. Okay, so quantitative is done. So I guess I must have done 30 plus. कितने सही होंगे? Did anyone notice all the questions? कितने सही होंगे? Around 30 plus. 30 plus 2 for sure should be correct, except a few in which I struggled. Quite a decent attempt, considering that I fumbled in a few questions and I have been talking continuously. So if I am in a silence mode, then I would have done this in 45 minutes, less than 45 minutes. All right. So now let's move to the next section. Okay, so I'm sure 30 plus would be correct, like 30 to 32 maybe. So might get around 100 marks in the quant section. Let's move to the next section. So I'll have 36 questions. Let's start with it. Milk consumption is elastic only to some extent. A consumer behavior surveys that price rise of milk sales. However, a price rise of does not have corresponding dip. In fact, okay. So what is implied in this? So it says that unlike like plastic, there is a plasticity of price rise. So if you like raise a price, and the dip will be to some extent, like five if you do not, if you make the price rise by 5%, there is not much dip. So that is what is, all products behave in the same fashion as milk. No extreme. Milk consumption cannot be controlled with the help of price rise. No, people cannot reduce milk consumption beyond a point. Okay, health, full control over milk, not worried about malnutrition, out of scope. So consumption cannot be like controlled. That's what it is saying, right? So till some point, like the price rise will happen, and people will try to reduce the consumption, but not beyond that. Okay, so we have, when the law enforcement described descended upon gathering at 11 p.m. and slapped a fine of use of loud music, organizers feigned ignorance and the law and sought reprieve. The government should ensure that every citizen is aware of laws pertaining to land, so that no one can say that there was little awareness. Laws pertaining to the land. Pertaining to the land is something else. The government should be strict in melting out punishment so that citizens go the extra mile to be aware of and to follow the lands of the land. Ensure every citizen is aware of the, like every is extreme. Strict in melting out punishment, fine. New laws should be passed to replace old laws. All citizens have to be informed about such. So all or these are extremes. So I think only two looks fine, right? Strict in doing the punishment, because you cannot teach everyone law. Like you cannot tell that, you cannot keep telling that these are the laws. There are several laws which people are unaware of. Okay. A certain college X is struggling with the problem of unpunctuality among its faculty members, has conducted meeting with the faculty members to implement strict office timings for all the members. However, despite conducting the meeting and sending several written reminders, some of the faculty members are still not following. Okay? So they are, the problem is of punctuality, and people are still not following. No, second is passive. Remain punctual, but that will lead to add cost. Like if you provide money to others, then you will have to incur cost. Counsel the latecomers. Non-monetary privileges looks better. Okay, non-monetary looks better because if you give monetary benefit, then obviously, like you will have to pay more. So all critical reasoning, char ke char. The government has appointed bureaucrats and politicians as heads of different sports institutions, as they do not have necessary understanding of the sports that is mandatory. They have made wrong decisions. Okay, concluded. The heads of, this is what it makes conclusion, that they should have been involved in the sports. Ron retired last year and was diagnosed with diabetes a month later. He thinks that his eyesight got worse within a year of wearing glasses. He says, before I only wore glasses. Okay, so we need to, uh, weaken. Weaken means like diabetes could be diabetes, because he's saying that I wore glasses when reading due to wearing glasses. But there could, weaken would mean that there is some other reason. So other reason could be diabetes, because that is the information which is given to us. Product of numbers of each figure in the diagram. Okay, so this is a very okay. We cannot expand also. Which of the following is the maximum? It is saying the overlapped area is the product of the numbers of each figure in the diagram. Okay, so if it overlaps all three, that would be the maximum, right? So C should be the maximum, the overlapping region of all three. Human body needs vitamin D to absorb calcium for the growth of the bones. Symptoms of bone pain and muscle weaken the efficiency of vitamin D. Vitamin D also reduces this. To treat the deficiency, those who spend very little time in sunlight need to consume items such as fortified dairy products and all these. Which of the following set of state, which of the following is the assumption? Is the only vitamin extreme option? Sunlight is a natural and readily available source of vitamin D. Yes, it is. It is better to get vitamin D from fish, not comparison. Consumption of does not eradicate related health issues, not mentioned. Lack of vitamin D is the only cause. So extreme. So sunlight is the natural and readily available. So it is saying that if you do not get it sunlight, then you should go for other alternatives. Okay, so again, students are not allowed to work for 20 hours a week so that they learn responsibility. Tick, tick, tick. Some major reasons: hectic academic work. Okay, so arguments is taking up job teaches students the value of money and importance of interest. Third looks absurd. So I'm going to take up a journal, learn to deal with people, handle stress. Looks fine though. So I'll just mark 1 and 3. Students earn money to fund their schooling. Fund their schooling is like it is talking about life skills, more confident, right? So first is talking about value, importance of self-respect and all those things. So third, so just let's move on because too much of critical reasoning, waiting for some analytical reasoning also. To be able to dance and pointing on the tips of toes is an ambition that most ballet dancers professional years of practice. It is indeed hard work and requires right body posture. Okay. Conclusions: dancers must seek proper training before trying to attempt this form of ballet. Uh, yes, pre-adolescent children should not be able to do unpointed dancing since their bones may not be strong. Says does not develop until adolescence. Should not be made to do. Should not be made to do. It is not saying that the bone this bone strength develops late, but it should not. It does not mean that it should not be asked to do. Ballet dancers who do not have an ideal bone structure to dance unpointed should seek surgical help in achieving their life goals. So third is absurd. So only one follows, I guess. Organic farming uses natural manure and techniques like crop rotation and mixed cropping and prohibits or limits use of synthetic substances for growing crops. Should organic farming be encouraged over conventional chemical agriculture? No, organic farmer products are expensive. Should it be encouraged? Says first reason is giving us expensive because expensive does not mean that like not everyone uh, can afford them, but it does not mean that you discourage it. Okay, there are some expensive things, but that is not a reason to discourage it. Switching from conventional farming often requires a difficult adjustment soil to become free of synthetic pesticides. Switching would require adjustment period, but what does the statement say that conventional chemical agriculture? Yes, it will take some, but if you consider the long term benefit, that is better. Okay, so that will outweigh the short term this rate. So I think three is wrong. Two could also be switching takes time, requires a difficult adjustment period. But considering the long term, then we need to choose three. Okay, so there is captains from different groups. Okay, the captains were from operations, HR, legal, and sweets, fruit, cereal, milk product, or vegans. Okay, frequent business, rare occasion, or fun travelers. Hmm. Now we will need to see ki, there are five teams, right? Five teams, and then we have the thing that we need to make is team. One is the department, that is the different departments, and what did they eat, and the fourth thing is the type of travelers. Okay, we will see that which is used most. Uh, we are given team wise Magnus Wizard. Okay, and team wise legal team captain was neither vegan. Mystic group. Mystic group is given. Okay, Oculus team is given. So we will fit the team first. So five teams. One. So we have Conjurer, Wizard, Magnus, Mystic, and Oculist. So operations, HR, marketing, finance, and legal. Magnus and Wizard, cereals and fruits. Fruits. They were from neither from HR, legal, or operations. So they are from marketing or finance. Okay, now point number three is done. HR loved sweets and traveled only occasionally. HR is sweets, we'll come to it later. Operations did not travel for fun. Operations is not conjurer, mystic, or Magnus. Mystic, Magnus. So operations is that oculist. Okay. And then we have the legal team captain was neither vegan, did not like sweets or cereals. Okay, so we'll fill it later. Mystic had milk based products. So Mystic is milk product and did not travel. So travel will fill last. Person who traveled frequently headed the Oculus team. So frequently is Oculist. Finance did not have cereals. So we get marketing and finance also is done. And legal is sweets, not cereals. HR is sweet. So first one will be HR. That C team is HR and loves sweets and traveled occasionally. So now one legal is left. Okay, so I'm about to fill the table. It is sweets, fruits, cereals, milk product, or vegan. So last one is vegan. Now HR loves sweets occasionally, marketing frequently, rarely, never, not rare. Fun Kile did not travel for fun. Operations did not travel for fun. Sweets or cereals did not travel rarely or frequently. Rare even yoga. So we have W is traveling rarely. We have fun and one more. Fun and business. Mystic is not for fun, so business, and this is fun. Okay, so the table is made. Right now we can answer. Milk-based products is Mystic. So at least someone you few must have been able to do it faster than me. Food that Oculus group enjoy. Oculus vegan. Travel is marketing person. Marketing person is a fun traveler. Conjurer Suites is correct. Occasional and HR. Yes, so first one itself is correct. Okay, so we have four boxes: large, medium, small, tiny, of different colors. Okay, so this time they have clubbed things like all critical reasoning coming together and this analytical reasoning also coming together. A rare instance though. So we have four items: large, medium, small, and tiny. And then they have different colors: black and white, red and rust. Okay, plastic, silver, wood, glass, and needles, odd, earrings, or buttons. So white box was not made of silver, not medium or large. Brass box had some odd stuff, white or red. Wooden box was small. Wooden is small, and the tiny box stored needles in it. So in this you have needles. Then we have the medium silver box. So medium box is of silver. What not the rust or red colored did not have buttons. Rust or red is not possible, so it will be black in color. Okay, then it did not have buttons. Then wooden box was small and tiny box stone needle. So this is done. Last two statements are done. Brass box has odd stuff. Brass is the second one, so it has odd stuff, and it was not white or brass stuff. Brass box had some odd stuff, so brass cannot be white. This is not brass, so this will be white. Yes, and it has odd stuff. Then it is not white or red, so it will be rust, and last one will be red. Then we had white box was not made of silver or wood. Silver wood नहीं होगा, so it will be of P. Whatever P is plastic, this will be of wood. And then it was not medium or large. So white box is tiny. Or two items which that is earrings and buttons. So it is not button. Button is third one. Earrings is second. Okay, pretty doable one. Not it won't take much time for to make a table and solve it. Okay, so for size wise, I started. Size of the rust colored box. So rust colored is large in size. Plastic box stores. Plastic scores B for buttons. Combinations is correct. Tiny needles, red and wood. No. Large is since I've large rust. Large is rust. Not correct. Large wood. Medium. Medium is black, wood, and buttons. I made some mistake in the arrangement because now the answers are not matching. Tiny is red in color. Large is rust in color. So I think I made a mistake. It should be red instead. Wood odd stuff. Rust wood odd stuff large. Rust odd. White boxes. Silver or wood cinnamon shade. Stereotype the brass box at odd stuff, not white or red. Brass is not red, so it should be wood Wood odd stuff is should be wood then. Okay, so now I've done it, so I cannot change the previous answers also. So let's just move on. Box that scored earrings as per my arrangement. It is uh, black. So I'll mark black and then move on. A new galaxy that was accidentally discovered is estimated to 130 of the size of Milky Way. Its age is making an astronomical equivalent of a living fossil. Astronomical objects are discovered accidentally, not necessary. We cannot conclude it. This particular one was discovered accidentally, but not uh, always. Astronomical objects can be categorized as possible fossils. Yes, can be. So it is saying that, see, first is extreme. It is saying are discovered accidentally. That means all are discovered accidentally. Second is true, possibly. Okay, and then third is the first on a mission to photograph. So first cannot be said, but only two follows. Okay, so input output. Acha, so this is like every year they give the same set of values, right? So step one is basically we just need to get the logic. So step one is two times of input into two. Step two is input plus step one. Step three is writing the alphabet equivalent, and that too, like if it is less more than 26, we change it accordingly. Step four is input into five. Step five is again the input. Step six is input into four. So it's an easy one. And step seven is input into LT. So step six is step six in alphabets. Okay, if the output at step 3 is S, which of the following could be the input at step 2? Step 3 is S, step 2. So step 2 is will be the number, right? So S means 19. We will add 26. So that is 45 plus 26, 71. If the input of the program is W, what will be the out at step 5? Step 5 is basically the same number, right? So W is 23. Easy question on input output. Modified a new step, NS is added to the program immediately after step 7. In NS, 3 is added to the output at step 6 to get the new number, and the alphabet for that number is displayed. Okay, so it says that uh, modified input is R. We need to find the output at NS. Okay, so step 6 was 4 times of input. So input is R, that is 18. Okay, so step 6 is going to be 72. So step 7 is 26 into 250. 2 to 20, S7 is 20. So NS should be plus 3, that is 23, which is W. So the answer will be W. If the program is run on each member of sequence F, G, I, L, M, Q, what is the sequence of the corresponding outputs of the program? Okay, so output is basically 4 times and getting the equivalent number for it. Okay, so 4 times कर देना सारे inputs को. So F, G, I, L 6, 7, 9, 12, 13 and 17. Okay, 4 times कर देंगे, that is 24. 28, 36, 48, 52, and 68. Right, so last should be Z, second last should be Z, 52 will be Z, first will be X. So I can check this option. I will not check all of those. See, M is 13, 13 into 4, like in step 6 is 4 times, isn't it? So 4 times kar denge, M will be 52, that means Z. Okay, and first is F into 6, like we could have just checked F only. F is 24 here. So step 7 will be corresponding outputs. Outputs outputs. I think by that they mean step 7. All right, so let's see the next one. Okay, so this is logical Venn diagram. It says that among politicians, how many doctors are also advocates? Okay, politicians, doctor, and advocate, all three, that is 6. Because that is the central region overlapping everything. Certain candles are placed. The candle which is 7th from the red candle is actually 12th from the left end. So 12th is left. The red candle has an odd number of candles on its right. So red will be either 19 or 5. So if red is 9 on its left. So if you take red as 5, there are 4 on the left. So red should be candle which is 7th position from the red candle is actually 12th position from the left end. Odd number of candles on its right. Okay, odd on its right and a candle less on its left. Okay, so basically, in that case, red will have too many candles on its right. So red is 19. So it is saying that odd number of, so on the left, red has 80. On the right, it will have, it is saying odd number on the left, right, and a candle less on its left. So on left it has 18, on right it will have 19. So total it will have 38 candles. Increase in the number of personally owned vehicles is causing frequent traffic jams. Okay, traffic police should take action against traffic rule violators who disrupt traffic. Okay, people should be restricted to work in their own cities. Action is fine. Restricted to work is a passive thing. Third is also looks fine. Okay, so 2 and 4 you cannot force people, right? So the answer will be 1 and 3. So we see that there are a lot of questions on critical reasoning. Okay, yes, you can see that around half of them have been on from critical reasoning. So in case you wish to improve your critical reasoning, so we have a special course for critical reasoning. The link is given in the description of this video. You can enroll in that. So there is one free test also. You can check it out because it is a significant part of the LR section, and no other exams test this much of critical reasoning. X in the above arrangement 4, 3, 2, 5, 4 plus 2, 6, 3 plus 5, so 7, 7. We need to add, right? So x plus 15, x plus 2 is 6. Yes, x plus 2 is 6, so x is 4. No, it does not make sense. So 6, no, actually value is not given, right? So x is not given. You got it. This is 15 and 5. So this value is 2 and 3. And this is 7. So x will be 8. Okay, you can solve this easy one. Stress can cause serious physical and mental ailments. Human beings cannot avoid stress, but everyone can successfully manage it through physical exercise. Studies have shown that regular physical exercise helps develop better concentration and alertness and reduces stress. In fact, physical working out boosts the production of feel good hormones, such as, so not to worry about the name of the hormones, how to pronounce that, which reduces the stress levels in the body. So basically, the question is saying that physical exercises reduces stress is inevitable, so everyone will have stress, right? You must be having stress of examinations, we have stress of work, etc. Okay, so we need to tell which of the following will weaken the argument. The argument is physical exercise reduces stress. So if some statement says that physical exercise is not reducing stress, so that will weaken the argument. Okay, a balanced diet and regular physical activity help in increasing the production of this. Okay, so this is adding to it. Strengthening exercise reduces stress, induce anxiety, thus helping. Now again, positive thing. Regular physical activity helps lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels. risk of heart attack out of scope. Different people respond differently to physical exercises. May vary among individuals. Okay, fine. Overall mental health that leads to sharper memory. Now this is out of scope. Now the argument is that physical reduces stress, right? So it is saying that stress, the effect will vary among individuals. Okay, so it's the argument says that physical activity reduces stress, but it says fourth says that it is not necessary because it depends on individual to individual. नेक्स्ट करते हैं जेबी वर्क्स एन एडिटर edited 40 articles. Okay, so it says on Monday she edited 13 articles on science, copied experts from the articles that were not based on science, and Wednesday and Thursday she copied experts from the remaining articles, and on Friday she finished the editing of all the articles. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So there are 13 articles based on science, 13 science edit, and experts from 27 expert from non-science. Then Wednesday and Thursday, remaining articles, expert remaining articles. Okay, so it could be science, remaining articles of science, and on Friday she finished the editing of remaining articles. So on Tuesday, copied experts from 27 not based on science. So there could be some other also, not necessary that 27 are not based on science. Okay, so next says may have copied experts from a new few articles based on science. So yes, Thursday few articles from science. Second follows edited remaining. So only second and four can follow. Let's move on. As team leader has left the company and the manager replacement, precious amount of time has already been lost, and product launch has been announced. Stakes are high. Visit the team comprises very high skilled individuals. Is becoming easy to share person. High people management and interpersonal skills, short tempered but highly skilled. Okay, now if you have to choose, see, we are not an individual team player, right? We have to choose a team leader. So even though his skill, like he should have good people management skills. Okay, because see, here we are dealing with team, it is not about that individual. So even if that skill is low, like skilled in domains, other domains is fine, his people management should be good. So he should be able to manage a skilled team member. Okay, with multiple domains people management skills, both the team and the client would have high levels of engagement. Multiple domain expertise nahi karna because he's short tempered, and you can, that person can uh, like ruin your relationship with the client. Okay, so that is second is the right one, easy one. 150 students, 80 like pop, 40 like jazz, and 70 like instrumental. So this is a three set Venn diagram. Both pop and jazz 25 look, while 20 like. Minimum number of students who do not like any of the three types of music. Okay, so I'll draw the Venn diagram. Pop, jazz, and instrumental. So we have 30 pop and jazz, 25 jazz and instrumental, and 20 like pop and instrumental. Okay, then we have 80 like pop. So x plus 30. We did this in 40 jazz, 70 instrumental, 25 x minus 15. So what is the minimum number of students who do not like any of the three types of music? So this is 80, 40, 20, and 45 plus x. Okay, so we need to make any of them. So if we put x equal to 0, 115 plus x. So this is 35 minus x. None will be 35 minus x. So minimum we need to find maximum value of x. Maximum value of x can be 20. So this will be 15. So requires Venn diagram knowledge to solve this. Okay, so right to free education shall be put to compulsory legislations. Yes, this will help eradicate illiteracy. Not necessary that it will help eradicate. Eradicate means complete removal. No, we do not have enough resources like funds. So that is not a valid argument. Effective measure. Okay, effective measure. Yes. So three looks strong. Okay, 1 and 3 can also be chosen. Eradicate illiteracy. Compulsory legislation. Yes, it can eradicate among children, it is saying. So probably we can choose this. Okay, three more questions, four more questions to go. South African government has taken innovative cut down its annual carbon emission. South Africa was the cleanest country in Africa and among the eight cleanest countries in the world. Logically infer. It is important to generic statement. African continent more responsible. Can't say. Not taken, they would have not been the cleanest country in Africa. So all we can directly say this, right? Okay, so then had the South African government taken few more steps, cleanest country in the world, can't say. Seven cleanest countries, many more ideas, not necessary. So if they had not taken, definitely they would not have been the cleanest. Who won't enjoy a comedy film? Assumption is that people love comedy film. Everyone watches movies, can't say. Comedies are worth being enjoyed by everyone, possibly at least some people who enjoy comedies. So we can't say that comedies are enjoyed by everyone, but there will be some people who enjoy comedy. This cannot be said. Comedies are the only genre in which, so all other are extreme. So this is a fairly simple one. All others are extreme. There will be some people who enjoy comedies. We can't say that all people enjoy comedies. So we avoid the extremes and mark this as the answer. So two more questions to go. One of the most persistent myths over millennia has been that that the moon, its phases as it rotates around the earth, can influence people's minds. This makes intuitive sense. If the moon can cause tides, why might it not affect the brain, which is 73% water? People's mood and sleep cycles are indeed influenced by the moon. Sleep laboratory found that people took longer to fall asleep and sleep less around the time of full moon. So it says that moon affects the human mind. Reasonably serve to illustrate which of the following principles. Myths that make intuitive sense are worth scientifically investigating. Not all might have a basis in truth. So might possibility की बात कर रहा है. We should not dismiss a myth. We need not really question old age beliefs. No, that might is thinking of a possibility. The police were still not aware of the contents of the hard disk seized from the residence of Trockley. The president had gone back. Okay, Trockley is involved in a terrorist activity. So we cannot say that it is involved in terrorist activity. Okay. Data in hard disks are usually in code language. Can't say. The DTAG experts are from the police department. To help, can't say. The decoding could help the police in their investigation. So fourth, we can say that the decoding could help the police. Okay, not necessarily that. Like we can't say that these are terrorists. And they have given only 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is easy to figure out. Okay. So done with this section also. So what we learned here also, like if you are stuck in some question, just move on, right? Do not break your head into a question कि सही होगा कि नहीं होगा. You have to keep moving on. So there will be some questions which you might find, you might feel stick to. For example, that other puzzle, the box puzzle, I don't know whether it is right or not. Okay, so I just moved on in that puzzle क्योंकि हो सकता है गलती हो जाती है, right? Under the examination pressure. Okay, so now we will move on to the next section. Before that, please do like this video and do tell that how much like you're expecting, how many correct will I get in the reasoning section, and also like let's see the next one, language skills करना. Language skills जल्दी हो जाता है relatively because you do not have too much to read. Most of the things are like you can just do like knowledge based things, ठीक है, grammar and all things, ठीक है, like can be done instantly. So let's move on. All right, so let's see the first one. A dash person donated 9,000 to the hospital. So benevolent looks a kind person. This amount was used to repair the lobby of the hospital that had been vandalized. So fairly simple question, like you need to know benevolent is kind and vandalized means destructive. Let's move. People join society clubs. Now this is a question on prepositions. You will get like 4 or 5 questions on prepositions. Recently we conducted a YT video also. If you have not watched that, please do watch it. And in our grammar course also we have a special uh, like section on prepositions which is free to read. Okay, so you can read that if you, even if you do not take the entire grammar course, you can read that prepositions, all the rules have been given, which is very crucial for NMAT. So at least 4 or 5 questions you can expect this way. People join society clubs to meet new people from different social groups, but if the wall if the wall new members and the existing members, so new member existing members, wall is always in between. ठीक है, ऐड देखो ना, दीवार टूटती क्यों नहीं, so always is between. So first will be B. Okay, now we need to see the option. So see, no need to fill each and every blank. Let us say B is the first one. So E, F or A, E. Several questions evaluation of marine species in were raised. Okay, so last, if we see the last one is F or E, around could be the one, right? So B, E, F. Let's see this one. In a convention that was attended by scientists all over the world, there were long discussions concerning the participants of future of science. So B, E, F makes sense. Long discussions among भी हो सकता है. So let's see. See, first is B. Second is around the world there were long discussions. Discussions will happen among the participants, right? Concerning नहीं आएगा. Among the participants. Last can be concerning. Several questions concerning the evaluation. So that is the answer. Earthquake, tsunami, right? So these are natural disasters. Okay, so heat sun is not frozen snow. Heavy rain, flood are volcano eruption, avalanche, mountain. Heavy rain, flood could be another set of not natural disaster. We'll have to look for the earthquake causes tsunami. Heat does not cause snow. Heavy rain causes flood. Volcano does not cause eruption. Volcano has an eruption, but after effect is not this. Avalanche is caused in mountain. So the answer will be C. All right, so let's see the next one. It clearly demonstrated a dash in the public health system, including poor quality of care. So whenever we say poor quality of care, so there has to be some like order, monopoly, something, right? This has to be something negative. Long queues and patient maltreatment and neglect. The patients who chose to go to the private sector healthcare did so for a dash quality. So better quality. Okay, so it has to be better or order in the expensive quality. So it has to be better or superior. It should be demonstrated with the order. Order here could be the disorder. Okay, so maybe that would be the one that they're talking about. Okay, so let's see the next one. Arranging the sentences into a meaningful order. Okay. Chiropractic has caused many disabilities and even death in some cases, yet few chiropractors disclose to their patients the risk of cervical manipulation. Okay, so yet they disclose means it will come later. This is not necessarily true. Which is not true? Significant risk accompany some alternative therapies. Most people think a treatment is safe if it is alternative. So E के बाद आ सकता है कि E after E we can have C, because E says that most people think a treatment is safe if it is alternative. Okay, so that means uh, this is not true, and then why it is not true? Risk accompanying this. So E, C, D, and AB, E, C, D, AB. So E is introducing the sentence that most people think treatment is alternate treatment is safe, but this is not true because significant risk can be there. Then in what form? Like chiropractic practices, and yet few chiropractors. That means despite of these risks, only few of them disclose the risks. So ECDAB. Okay, again a parajumble. Most of the running injuries are absent in cultures where shoes are not customarily worn at all. Normally, runners with fancy shoes can these days expect 30 to 80% chance of an injury. Over the past several years, the importance of a fleet has been overlooked. Okay, C should come before D. It is saying that over past several years, the importance has been overlooked, and now it has been becoming a matter of concern. B and A have to be connected in some form. I think CDBA. See, C is the introductory sentence. Okay, it is giving about that, like over several years, the importance has been overlooked. Then D gives that now people have started looking towards it, and then B looks about talks about runners can expect injury, and then this is an outlier. Okay, C D B A. She parked the car and rushed dash the store. Right, so she rushed into the store, very likely E. Okay, then next one is the wind uprooted a tree and caused it to fall, dash the window. Okay, fall against the window. So I think EAF, let's see, students who stay up all the night. Stay up means to be awake all the night. So see this, this is a crucial thing, like prepositions, very important topic for our NMAT. Okay, so we recently conducted one YouTube session also, so please do watch it. There also we solved some questions कि which preposition is preposition of place, preposition of time, कहाँ पे कौन सा आना चाहिए, why, which fits with which kind of preposition. That is quite helpful because it will help you in at least 3 4 questions. वो सीधे सीधे हो जाएंगे. Okay. One of the ancient traditions in India commit the guru as well as his disciples to celibacy. Okay, one of the ancient traditions in India. So we are talking about one tradition. So commit the guru does not make sense. Okay, it should be commits the guru as well as disciples to celibacy. Okay, we are talking about now this is subject verb agreement. One subject because we are talking about one tradition. So it should not be like the verb should be commits. Okay, so we have a passage. Let's read it. Most experts readily acknowledge the human brain's computing superiority over machine computing. Intelligence, as we know, can be stimulated. Uh, symbol recognition and interpretation, what human beings are able to do with such ease, that is not even considered exceptional. Machines of today are simply unable to match the ability. So you can also read it along. So in at this point, keyboard predates computing devices. Okay, so it says that you cannot use find word in the actual exam, right? Control F, यहाँ पे तो no, they have blocked it, so you will not be able to use it in the actual exam also. So basically, it says that like human intelligence versus computer things, right? So humans can understand some sign language, symbols, etc. Develop grammar. Now computer understand these things because they have been taught, right? So artificial intelligence is what you teach something to a computer, it understands only to that point, it does not understand beyond it. Now in humans, different people have different level of sort of small children will have different intelligence. Adults can understand what children are trying to say, but children cannot understand a symbol drawn by a adult. Okay, crucial for machines to be able to interpret graphical symbols meaningfully. Consistent consistency of it is saying that could be a word, if these are interpreted, probability is high. Consistent sizing and consistency of geometry, it is saying in the last paragraph, it says about consistency of geometry. While most humans would want machines to computing devices, so they need consistency in these graphics, so they need consistency of geometry. Design of computing devices goes against their being able to deal with graphical symbols as humans do. Natural language processing, graphical thing, that natural language processing, that's is different. Okay, correct sequence of logic which links human ability to deal with symbols to its survival as species. Sequence of logic, symbol learning, communication and collaboration. Language skills lead to extensive use of symbols. Symbols. It does not say that. Uh, Extensive use of symbol. Extensive, like humans use symbols most extensively when dealing with written languages. So, extensive use of symbols is to language, allows learning. Language does not lead to symbols, symbols lead to language. So, I think this should be the answer. But that is the worst part about NMAT. You have to scroll in all such questions. How is gap between machine computing progress and human ability to deal with graphical likely to be dealt? Artificial intelligence to draw to the central idea of the passage. Okay, so this is okay. This is a new passage. It says it seems that whenever people who wear glasses or contact lens get together and discuss their vision, one of them says something like nearby objects appear blurry, but I cannot remember if that means I'm nearsighted or farsighted. Okay, so in this passage they have described myopia and hypermetropia. Okay, so it says occurs when what happens, right? So they've given what happens in this, so you can just skim through it. That first paragraph talks about what is nearsightedness, what happens in that. So if needed, like you can come back to it. Okay, what correction far sighted they have mentioned, and then they have described astigmatism, right? So that is the primary structure. So it describes the different types of focusing disorders. Okay, so what are the different types of disorders has been described here. A person needs to wear concave lenses. So where does it say concave lenses? Convex correction requires convex. It is saying that concave. So concave is I think for myopia. Okay, because that is from knowledge. But here you need to stick to the passage. Here correction requires concave correcting lenses. So myopia. Okay, myopia means myopia is nearsightedness when they are nearsighted, short-sightedness. Select the word Grimmon phrase harmonious vision. Harmonious would be harmonious vision, something last. Finally, the eye that focuses images correctly on the retina. Perfect eyesight. Okay. Blurry. Blurry is nearest in meaning, right? Thick, smeared, unfocused. Okay, so let's now move to the next question. So I think the RCs must be done by now. So rest of questions should be done in lesser time. The actor had played many dash roles in the celluloid, but his uprightness in real life has always been dash. So he was tremendous fan following for him. Okay, antagonist, because he played antagonist. But means बट का मतलब क्या होता है कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी ओके सो एंटागनिस्ट प्ले करता था बट ही वाज his uprightness was impeccable, so that would be the feeling. Only about 100 out of an estimating 3000 known mineral species have been found at least reasonably suitable for use as gems. Estimated की जगह estimated आना चाहिए. Okay, of an estimated 3000. Got gaunt, thin, squalid. So I do not know the meaning. So gaunt possibly could mean something thick. I mean just So just making a random guess because I do not know the meaning. So if you do not know the meaning, just don't spend time on it. Okay, so now again preposition question. So third question we are seeing on preposition. The room was adequate for our needs. Okay, so first should be D. Then the speaker deviated from the topic. So we deviate from something. Okay, and then the youth embarked on and in. So embark के साथ on आता है, right? So these are all the preposition rules. So some common prepositions you must know that which prepositions goes with which. Okay, so again a passage. We'll do it fast because not much time left. Exporting means the sale of an item purchased or strategic decision. Predetermined plan. It should be method instance. Good plan, premeditated plan. That should be strategic decision. I'm not reading the passage. Accrue means to collect because some questions you can answer that way. Central idea. Exporting and talks about this passive exporting, active exporting, direct, indirect, different kinds of role types, merits and demerits. Process of exporting, types of exports. Okay, so it talks about merits and demerits because if we see exporters are relieved of administrative problems, however, they lose control over the presentation. So, merits, demerits, role type, everything is given. So, types are given passive, active, and all those. So, we will do it. So, if you are running short, like for example, it had three RCs. So, in that case, right, so move that way. So, according to the passage, indirect exporting involves fewer problems. However, major drawback lies in the fact that so indirect exporting, if you can see, active, passive, indirect कहाँ रहता है? Less fewer problems. With direct exporting, the exporter assumes full responsibility. Exporting may be direct or indirect. With direct exporting, full responsibility. Indirect intermediaries. Okay, for example, reside in exporter's country and they are wholesalers. However, they lose control over the presentation in foreign sales. Okay, there can be risk of market failure also. Yes, so this is what is given as a problem. Pollution, acid rain. So pollution causes acid rain. Drug does not. Puddle causes rain. Opposite. Hunger causes thirst. Stress causes tension. So stress causes tension. We've already paid for our journey, so we need only take some pocket money with us. We need we we only need only take नहीं आएगा to take आएगा. We need to take some pocket money with us. Okay, so that makes sense. So common good management comprise an array of practices. Okay, so B should be the one. D, you must focus on your objectives. This is a serious matter and should be uh, pushed under the carpet. Okay, so should not be pushed under the carpet means it should not be suppressed. The Transport Commissioner's dash idea of making attendance at a road safety awareness session mandatory for has failed to take off in the district. So some good idea. Okay, appreciable, presuming overconfident, ambitious. It may it face many obstacles, impediments. Okay, so let's mark this. Ameliorate, improve. Ameliorate means worsen and improve. Opposite, apposite, irrelevant. Fortunate, catastrophic. This I do not know. Cogent, compelling, direct, convoluted. These are antonyms. Ameliorate means to deteriorate. So antonyms is seen in B. Okay, so again a parasample. Lastly, always remember. So lastly should come last, ideally. But let's check. When you are speaking, do not forget to read the listener's face, what they're thinking. Ask yourself if that is the case, too much for him. Okay, so B, C, D, A makes sense because B is the introductory one. Lastly, of course, last में आना चाहिए. Paleontologist, that is someone who studies past things, studies dinosaur, and archaeologist is not specialist, robotics, interdisciplinary, xenophobia, of strangers, mammal is pale. So I think we'll go with this option, something related. The robber dashed the location of the stolen money after being questioned for several hours. Okay, concealed. Concealed नहीं होगा, disclose होगा. Conceal means to hide, disclose means to inform. Okay. After his years of dedicated service to the country, the politician and statesmen were honored. Now, this is a very interesting thing. Now, such kind of rules are very important in grammar. Okay, so we are talking about the same person, right? Politician and the statesman. So this is one and the same person. So instead of were honored, it should be was honored. It is a very important thing. Subject verb agreement, right? And in our class also we took this kind of a question wherein like it refers to the same person. Okay. Even in our rule book, like subject verb agreement, we say that it's a very important thing. So when we are talking about the same person, politician and statesman, they refer to the same person. So there is only one person involved, hence it should be was honored. Okay, acha, 27% of the Canadians polled, Americans polled. Overall was the second place and Japan in third. So it should be right first, like Korea was in the second, and third was Japan. So according to a poll, so E should be the starting sentence, right? Let's see, EDBCA. ED survey also attempted to find out. So EBCAD I will go with. Poll conducted this Thailand, then Korea. Overall aim was this, and then Korea was second place, Japan in third. Indian least bothered about their smartphones. 27% of this Canadians polled, 35% Americans polled, and then the survey also attempted. So that means an additional thing in the survey. It's a common observation that many a men have resigned to fate. Right? Many a men नहीं होना चाहिए, many a men होना चाहिए. I guess since the last question. I have gone to Paris, but I have neither visited the Eiffel Tower nor the Louvre Museum. I have gone to Paris or been to Paris. I have neither nor is fine. But I have gone, it should be either, I mean, it should be I have been to Paris. Like been means to have visited that place. So that should be the one. So let's end it. Okay, so we come to the end of the test. So how many marks do you think I would have scored in this? I don't know about English. Quant I did decent, right? Scoring of 30 plus. Reasoning also some I was able to do. So what is your comment? Like comment the score that you expect. Like how much do you think? And one interesting part which I noticed was like all the errors and all these are from our content. Like we have all these kind of questions covered in the class also, or uh, or somewhere or the other we have this, because see, grammar is entirely based on rules. 230 plus 265 plus, okay, let's see, I guess around 270 to 280, or 280 to 290, let's say. Okay, 269 only. 94 in quant, 82, so somewhere around 270. Okay, 296. Someone Pandya said 296, 269. Okay. So around 270. Quant logical reasoning went bad. Let's see the thing. How is homepage information? Take a neutral करते हैं, not get very easy. Effective. What's a neutral? Okay, you can give thing. So we can view the report also. Let's see that how many of I got correct. So in the high score is 282. So in quant I got, so in quant I got 1, 2, 3 incorrect. So see, the scores are not in the linear manner. ठीक है? 30 I got 33 correct, but 3 incorrect है, but the score is 94. Imagine 120 में से 94, 3 marks, 3 question के 26 marks deduct हो गए. So no one knows what is the scoring algorithm. Now if you see language, 1, 3, 4, 3, 4 here, 2 here, 6, 9, 10. 10 incorrect है, तब भी 93 marks है. Okay, so it is quite varying. Like you can't tell that how the scoring is done. Okay, so see this, like quant I got only 3 incorrect. ये सिर्फ 3 incorrect है तो भी 94 स्कोर है. लैंग्वेज स्किल्स में इतने सारे incorrect है, so still the score is 93. So I mean the algorithm is not known, right? I don't know what goes into their head and how do they score your like thing. Let's see logical reasoning. How many have I correct? Okay, logical reasoning is quite surprising score. I just got 2, 3, 4 incorrect, and the score is quite low. So not satisfied with my score, but can't help. Okay, so that is NMAT for you. Like you do not know what is the scoring algorithm. Okay, so no institute can say that their like mocks have this adaptive thing. So adaptive पता ही नहीं है क्या है. Like I scored just 4 incorrect and the score you see 82. ठीक है, अगर लैंग्वेज में 82 आता, रीजनिंग में 93, आई कुड अंडरस्टैंड दैट ओके फाइन, लैंग्वेज आई डिड बैड, बट सी स्कोर आई गॉट अ स्कोर ऑफ 93 बाय मेकिंग सो मेनी मिस्टेक्स. Okay, so quant I managed to do very well. So in fact, the score I've got this time is quite low. Like I was anticipating that around 280 plus 280 to 290 should have been the score, because like I did only 3 mistakes in quant and I completed the entire paper. Only 4 mistakes in reasoning, and in English there are a lot of mistakes. Okay, still okay, paraforming was all correct. Prepositions all correct. So 4 questions you get on prepositions, we can see. And reading comprehension, ठीक है, वो लास्ट में कुछ ऐसे रैंडम भी मार्क किए थे. Sentence completion 1 mistake, 1 fill in the blanks. Error spotting 2 mistakes. Analogies was a bit of thing because I did not work on the vocabulary part a bit. So this is how the scoring is done, and I believe that this score is slightly less than the actual exam. So when I appear on the examination on that day, I will talk about the actual score, because it says highest score 282, and definitely in the examination people score 290 plus also. Okay, so it looks slightly dubious, but yes, you can't help in it. What you can just do it, I mean, just ensure that the questions learn the techniques. Okay, that's all you can do. Like I tried to do my best in quant, got 33 correct. Okay, 33 correct करने के बाद भी 94 ही marks है, right? English I did 10 wrong but still got 93. So the algorithm is not known. Okay, so even if you do very great, like in logical reasoning, that is the most shocking thing. I just got 4 incorrect. 2 here, 1 here, and 1. So in 4 incorrect, the score is scaled too low. Like 82 is very less out of 120. Okay, it should have been like somewhere in the 90s at least. Okay, so scoring is completely unknown. ठीक है, किसी को पता नहीं होता कैसे स्कोर करते हैं. So don't worry about that part. Lot of you ask that mocks में score नहीं आ रहा है and all. Right. So just try to give your best because it is uh, like relative in nature. I don't know how do they get it. Okay. So this is what you're aiming for. Yes. So like last year when I gave, I had somewhere around 280. So probably this year they have scaled down the scoring pattern or something. So that will also tell ki on the day of examination when I appear, that will give us an understanding ki how much like have they scaled down the score this year or not. It is quite possible because in official mock they have definitely scaled down the scores, and you can see like the number of incorrect questions versus the score. So just 4 incorrect and the score has gone down from 120 to 82. So I don't know how does it work. So neither you should worry about ki researching on this. Instead of focusing on ki kaise scoring kaam karte and all, focus on maximizing your performance in the examination. Okay, so I found that although I did a lot of mistakes in language, had I done well, I could have scored 100 plus also in this easily. Maybe two in error spotting and one in sentence completion or analogies and all. But I did great in prepositions and error identification, where some mistake. So I was telling about this grammar thing, right? So many of you, so this is what we have as a grammar book. So it has 160 plus rules. Okay, and like we have one trial also. So that is like for prepositions we have a special thing wherein like all the rules of prepositions are given. Okay, like what are the different types of prepositions, simple prepositions, compound, complex, and where do we use uh, of, on, by, superior, inferior, what, in spite of and despite, common error tested in examinations. Okay, and similarly like when we talk about this subject verb agreement, and I was telling that it is a important chapter. And if you see the same thing which I think when we created this, uh, the statement and all, ये कहीं तो है कि some people are taken as single, hmm. So, like we did this, right? The principal and the director is coming. So, it is the same rule which was tested the politician and the statesman. So, whenever we have two people, right, talking about the same person or thing, we use is instead of are. So, same exactly the thing was tested in the examination, and then we have like this is how we have several rules. So if you cover this grammar rule, so if you're english, you're struggling in english, that will help you a lot in so this is exactly the same thing like principal and director learned from his mistake. So if you talk about the same person, we use is for that. Okay, so that was this test, and like marking scheme, uh, like we do not know that how it is. Okay, you got 21 correct and 18 lr, so lucky you. I got 32 correct and got 82. So maybe they have put some upper cap or something, people should not get above these, right? So uh, that's you can't help it. Okay, what you can do is just give your best. Okay, and like as I said that I will be uploading those rough sheets. Okay, some of the questions I have done the rough work here. Okay, so if you want these rough sheets, follow us on Instagram and send us a DM and message us that rough sheet. So I will send us uh, the images of these rough sheets, what I did in the rough sheets, and like the Venn diagram and some questions. Some of the questions I did in my head itself. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this session and like keep preparing for the test. Don't worry about the outcomes, right? Like had I been worrying like कि 269 ही आया 300 क्यों नहीं आया, right? इतने सारे questions है कि so that is not going to help you. Just uh, solve the paper strategically. Now you must have seen that I struggled in some questions, so I moved on. ठीक है, I did not break my head कि अरे ये नहीं हो रहा है, ये नहीं हो रहा है, right? So you just need to move on. There might be some instances you know the topic, but you might fumble in some of the questions. So it can happen in all sections. You saw that I did in quant also, fumbled in some of the questions. Some DI, like I was not able to solve it correctly, so I moved on. Similarly, in LR also, just I mean, tick the questions and moved on. In RCs, I skipped the questions, did not put too much time into it because you have to manage time. You need to attempt as many questions as possible in it. Okay, so I hope it was a great session for you all. So we will be coming up with more videos on our YouTube channel, so if you are not a subscriber, please do subscribe to our channel for more content on NMAT preparation. We already have a playlist for the last 2 years. This year also we are conducting sessions. Recently we had a preposition video, please do watch it. और उसी में से आपको लगेगा कि कई क्वेश्चन तो उसी से जो टेक्निक्स बताई थी उसी से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन टेस्ट में पूछा गया था, एंड दैट कुड गिव यू 4 क्वेश्चंस एंड यू कैन सी दैट इन इंग्लिश यू कैन स्कोर हाई. ठीक है, इफ यू डू फास्ट, see 10 mistakes but still score of 93, so that means that English score is going to go high probably as per the official mock. So do let me know that how much you scored in the official mock, and very soon I will be appearing on the examination on the very first day. Then I will discuss more that how it is as compared to the official mocks and how is the scoring of that actual examination. So thanks all for watching this stream. Have a great day ahead. Goodbye.